woken them up on the Rod Laver Arena.
Coco Gauff just showed up to the Australian Open in a brand New Balance outfit and the internet lost its mind. Within hours, social media exploded with reactions, fashion breakdowns, and people demanding to know where they can buy it. New Balance didn't just design apparel for a tennis player. They created a cultural moment that's driving sales through the roof. This is a marketing genius. Quick question before we get into this. Do you think athlete apparel actually matters for performance, or is this just clever marketing that tricks people into buying expensive workout clothes? Be honest in the comments because the sales numbers suggest people definitely care. Coco Gauff walked into Melbourne Park this week, and before she even hit a ball, people were talking about what she was wearing. That's not an accident. That's the result of a carefully orchestrated partnership between one of tennis's biggest stars and a brand that's been steadily building its presence in a sport traditionally dominated by Nike and Adidas. The outfit itself is striking. Clean lines, bold structural elements, and a color palette that manages to be both elegant and commanding. It doesn't scream for attention, but it gets it anyway, much like Coco herself when she steps on court. The design feels intentional, like every detail was considered and serves a purpose beyond just looking good. And people noticed immediately within hours of the first images appearing online. Social media platforms erupted. Tennis fans were analyzing every element of the design. Fashion observers were weighing in on the aesthetic choices. Casual viewers who might not even watch tennis were commenting on how good she looked. That's the kind of crossover appeal that brands dream about. But here's where it gets interesting from a business perspective. New Balance isn't just making a statement with this kit. They are making money. Lots of it. Because when Coco Gauff wears something at a Grand Slam, people want to buy it. And New Balance made sure that everything she's wearing is available for purchase, ready to ship to fans who want to look like their favorite player. This is strategic merchandising at its finest. The outfit isn't some custom one-off piece that nobody can access. It's part of New Balance's actual product line designed to be worn by Coco at the tournament and sold to consumers who follow her. That dual purpose transforms what could have been just athletic apparel into a commercial phenomenon. The technical aspects of the kit are legitimately impressive, assuming you believe the marketing copy. Advanced moisture-wicking materials that pull sweat away from skin. Strategic ventilation zones for cooling. Fabric engineered specifically for the brutal conditions of the Australian Open, where temperatures regularly exceed 90 degrees and humidity makes breathing feel like work. Is all of that actually necessary for weekend warriors buying this outfit to wear at their local tennis club? Probably not. But it doesn't matter because people aren't buying performance technology. They are buying the association with Coco Gauff. They are buying the feeling that they are wearing what a champion wears. They are buying the identity that comes with aligning themselves with someone they admire. That's brilliant marketing. New Balance understands that at this level, apparel isn't about function. It's about emotion. It's about belonging to something. It's about expressing who you are or who you want to be through the brands you choose to wear. The relationship between Coco and New Balance has been one of the most successful athlete-brand partnerships in recent tennis history. They signed her early in her career when she was still a teenager with huge potential but no Grand Slam titles. That was a bet on her future, and that bet has paid off spectacularly. Since then, Coco has become a US Open champion, a consistent threat at every major, and one of the most marketable athletes in any sport. She's young, articulate, socially conscious, and genuinely likable. She speaks thoughtfully about issues beyond tennis. She uses her platform to advocate for causes that matter. She represents exactly the kind of athlete modern brands want to align with, and New Balance has capitalized on that relationship perfectly. They've given Coco significant input into her apparel designs, ensuring that what she wears reflects who she is rather than just what marketers think will sell. This collaborative approach has created authenticity that consumers can sense and respond to. When fans see Coco wearing this Australian Open kit, they are not seeing a corporate product placement. They are seeing an outfit that Coco helped design that reflects her style and preferences that she actually wants to wear. That authenticity is what drives sales because people can tell the difference between a genuine partnership and a transactional endorsement deal. The timing of this debut is also strategic. The Australian Open is the first Grand Slam of the year. It's when tennis fans are most engaged, when attention is highest, when everyone's watching to see who's in form and ready to compete. Launching a new apparel line at this moment ensures maximum visibility and creates momentum that carries through the rest of the season. New Balance also benefits from the fact that tennis apparel has always occupied a unique cultural space. Unlike many sports where uniforms are standardized, tennis celebrates individual expression through clothing. The sport's greatest icons are remembered not just for their titles, but for how they looked winning them. Serena Williams' catsuits, Venus Williams' eye-catching designs, Roger Federer's classic style. These become part of tennis mythology. Coco Gauff understands this history and is actively building her own visual legacy. And New Balance is smart enough to recognize that aligning with that process is worth significant investment. The social media reaction has been electric, which translates directly to sales. Comments flooded in calling it Coco's best look yet. Fashion influencers posted breakdowns of the outfit. Tennis accounts analyzed every detail. And crucially, people started asking where they could buy it. That's the conversion moment brands live for. When attention turns into action, when admiration becomes purchase intent. New Balance made sure the answer to where can I buy that was simple and immediate. Their website, retail partners, online marketplaces. Wherever consumers prefer to shop, the product is available. This isn't how tennis apparel marketing worked historically. Traditionally, players wore custom pieces designed specifically for them, and fans could maybe buy something similar, but never the exact outfit. New Balance flipped that model. What Coco wears is what you can wear. That democratization of access is powerful marketing for young players around the world who see Coco as inspiration and role model. This matters beyond fashion. Representation is important in sports. Coco has consistently used her platform to amplify voices and causes. She speaks openly about social justice, mental health, and the pressures young athletes face. She carries herself with authenticity that resonates with people who see themselves in her. When those young players see Coco in this striking kit, they don't just see great apparel. They see possibility. They see someone who looks like them achieving at the highest level. And when they have the option to wear what she wears, that connection becomes tangible. New Balance isn't just selling clothes. They are selling belonging and identity. The business implications extend beyond direct apparel sales. This kind of high-profile visibility strengthens New Balance's position in the competitive landscape of tennis sponsorships. It shows they are not following trends set by Nike or Adidas, but actively shaping what modern tennis fashion looks like. That perception matters when recruiting other players and building a roster of sponsored athletes. Every time Coco steps on court in Melbourne, New Balance gets free advertising to millions of viewers worldwide. Television broadcasts, streaming platforms, social media clips, sports news coverage. That's exposure money literally cannot buy because it comes with the credibility of authentic competition rather than paid advertising. And unlike a commercial that viewers might skip or ignore, this is unavoidable. If you're watching Coco's match, you're seeing that New Balance logo. You're seeing the design. You're associating the brand with championship tennis and one of the sport's brightest stars. That kind of brand building is invaluable. The performance technology narrative also serves an important function, even if most consumers don't actually need it. It provides justification for premium pricing. When the outfit costs significantly more than generic athletic wear, consumers need a reason beyond it looks cool to justify the purchase. Technical innovation provides that reason. Whether the average buyer will actually benefit from advanced moisture wicking or strategic ventilation is almost irrelevant. The point is that they can tell themselves they are buying performance gear worn by a professional athlete, not just expensive fashion. That psychological justification makes the purchase feel smart rather than frivolous. New Balance has also been smart about creating scarcity and urgency. Limited edition colorways, exclusive releases tied to specific tournaments, messaging that suggests if you don't buy now, you might miss out. These are classic sales tactics, but they work because they tap into fundamental consumer psychology. The Australian Open kit will be available, but probably not forever. The exact design Coco is wearing might be a tournament exclusive. Future collections will feature different looks. So, if you want this specific moment captured in apparel form, you need to act now. That creates urgency that drives sales velocity. From Coco's perspective, this partnership delivers value beyond just endorsement money. It enhances her brand. It gives her creative input into products that bear her name and image. It aligns her with a company that shares her values regarding innovation and social responsibility. And it provides financial security that allows her to focus on tennis without worrying about money. That last point matters more than people realize. Professional tennis is expensive. Travel, coaching, training, equipment, it all adds up quickly. Players outside the top tier struggle financially despite competing at the highest level. Endorsement deals like Coco's with New Balance provide the stability that allows athletes to invest properly in their careers. The fashion element also can't be dismissed as superficial. Athletes at this level understand that image and performance are connected. Feeling good in what you're wearing translates to confidence on court. Moving without restriction matters when you're trying to chase down a drop shot. Staying cool under physical duress affects your ability to focus during crucial points. So, yes, this is marketing. Yes, it's designed to sell products. But it's also genuine performance apparel that serves a real purpose for the athlete wearing it. That combination of form and function is what makes it compelling and what justifies the premium pricing. As the tournament progresses and Coco advances through the draw, assuming she does, every match adds new dimensions to the story. Each victory reinforces the narrative of a champion hitting her stride while wearing New Balance. Every highlight becomes content that the brand can repurpose for marketing. Every press conference is an opportunity for the logo to appear on camera. And if Coco makes a deep run or wins the tournament, the sales impact multiplies exponentially. Championship moments become eternal. The outfit she wore winning becomes iconic. New Balance gets to market their apparel as what Coco Gauff wore winning the Australian Open. That's worth millions in advertising value. Even if she doesn't win, the exposure is still massive. Grand Slams generate hundreds of hours of television coverage, millions of social media impressions, endless content for sports news and analysis. New Balance is embedded in all of that simply by having their apparel on one of the tournament's biggest stars. The broader tennis apparel market is intensely competitive. Nike dominates with massive rosters of sponsored players. Adidas has significant presence. Smaller brands fight for scraps. New Balance positioning themselves as a legitimate player in this space represents years of strategic investment and careful brand building. Coco Gauff is the centerpiece of that strategy. She's young enough that this partnership could last decades. She's talented enough to win multiple Grand Slams. She's marketable enough to transcend tennis and become a cultural figure. New Balance recognized all of this early and committed resources to building something special. This Australian Open kit is the latest evolution of that partnership. It represents New Balance's most refined effort yet to create apparel that balances performance, style, and commercial appeal. And based on the reaction, both in terms of social media engagement and actual sales, they've succeeded brilliantly. The lesson here for other brands is clear. Authenticity matters. Consumers are sophisticated enough to recognize when partnerships feel forced or transactional. But when an athlete genuinely aligns with a brand's values and has real input into products, that authenticity translates to consumer trust and ultimately sales. Coco Gauff and New Balance have built exactly that kind of relationship. What she's wearing in Melbourne isn't just apparel. It's a symbol of a partnership that's redefined what athlete endorsements can look like when done right. New Balance just turned Coco Gauff's Australian Open outfit into a sales phenomenon by understanding that people don't buy tennis clothes for performance. They buy identity and belonging. Smart marketing meets genuine partnership, and the result is apparel that people actually want to wear. If you want more analysis on sports marketing that actually works, hit that like button and subscribe for business breakdowns that go beyond the surface. All from Tennisidic's 2026 Australian Open Coco Gauff.